So we're going to go ahead and get started with these stuffed croissants, y'all. These were so good that I had to go back and make more. So to start it off, I went ahead and scrambled some eggs up. And as soon as they were nice and scrambled, we went ahead and started stuffing these croissant rolls. So I needed to make these three different ways. I made them stuffed with cheese, a sausage link, and eggs for my two sons who will and can eat just anything. And that's what you see me making here. So I did use regular sandwich sliced cheese, and I just put a half a slice on each one. And I teared it up just to make it fit a little bit more. Please don't mind me. I am in my PJs. These are breakfast that I honestly made at 6 a.m. for my kids on a school day. And then I'm going ahead and I'm adding the eggs. And then once you see me getting it all stuffed up, then we just roll it. I went ahead and tried to seal the edges on some of them, and then some of them I didn't. I kind of played around with it. Really, whichever way you want to do it works out just fine. So once you got all of them rolled up, you're going to want to put them in the oven at 350 for 18 minutes. And I know I've already said this, but y'all, this was good. This was real good. I made 8 and my kids devoured them. And I went back and made 8 more, and they also got devoured. So these are the ones I made for my dairy-free son. These are dairy-free croissants. Not all croissants are dairy-free, but this brand that I bought are. And I just did the egg and the sausage in that. And then these croissants I made for my picky eater who does not eat eggs. So I just put the cheese and sausage in there for him. And I was just figuring out where I was going to put everything. And here they are. They are all done and they look absolutely delicious. Cut up some apple slices and put some syrup on the side for them. And this is just the sausage and cheese ones. And then this is just the egg and sausage ones. And then this is the everything one, which I'm going to cut this one up in a minute. I only have one hand, so I'm going to do it off camera. But I'll show you what it looks like once I cut it in half. So this is what it looks like for the cheese egg. I could have probably put more egg in this one and sausage, but it looks super yummy and we're about to enjoy it. How does it taste, handsome?
It's so good.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
I'm so happy you love it. The cheese is inside. It's inside of there. Do you want to try it?
No, Mom. I want the cheese outside.
Well, you see the cheese is right there. Go ahead and try it. I bet you'll love it. It's got 3 of your favorite things to eat. I'm promising you're going to love it. How is it, sir? Are you... Ooh, did we drop it? I'm sorry. Are you eating apple slices? Are you eating apple slices?
Yeah.
I know you love your fruit. Next up, we're going to be doing peanut butter pancakes. So these are extremely easy to make. You're going to want 1 tablespoon of peanut butter to 1 egg. So if you did 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, you're going to do 3 eggs. However, I did not use a tablespoon. I just scooped out some peanut butter and I did end up adding a little bit more peanut butter. So I would just go ahead and add more peanut butter if you feel like it needs it. I had a hard time with getting it to look like a doughy thing. So adding 1 more scoop of peanut butter really fixed that for me. And then you go ahead and you just cook them like pancakes, and they turned out wonderfully. I was not able to try these because I am allergic to peanuts, but my kids love them, and my oldest said they were A+, and those peanut butter and 3 eggs made that many of those little pancakes, and I just cut them up and put some syrup on the side for them, and it was a huge hit. Next up, I made homemade blueberry muffins. First things first, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 400. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the dry ingredients first. I'm going to mix them all separately, and then we're going to mix our wet ingredients, and then we'll mix them together. And that's just how I do it. I don't know if it makes a difference doing it that way. However, you're going to want to mix 1 1/2 of a cup of flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now, I will have the recipe in the description box below as well, so you guys can go down there and look back on to know what you need. But y'all, I do promise this was so good. So once you've got all the dry ingredients mixed, that's when you want to start on the wet ingredients. You're going to want to use a 1 cup measuring cup and fill that 1/3 of the way filled. And then you're going to break an egg in there and add it to that same 1 cup measuring cup. And then you're going to top it off with milk. I used our soy milk to make this dairy free, but you can use whatever milk you'd like. And once you get that to the top, I went ahead and got another bowl to mix it in. And then that's when I added my vanilla. And then after you get the vanilla mixed in there, that's when you can go ahead and add the wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. So this batter is pretty thick, so it is best to mix it with a fork. It was a lot easier that way than any other method, so figured I'd share that. And once you got it mixed nicely, you're going to want to add your blueberries. I added half of this pint to my batter. You see me checking to make sure there's no stems, and I did wash these right before putting them in here, so you want to make sure you wash yours. And then I just kind of eyeballed it. I didn't really like measure how much I put in there. I just put however I thought was nice. And then you go ahead and you get your muffin tray. And this does make oh my goodness, 12 full-sized muffin jaw. And after I got my tray filled, I did go ahead and add some blueberries to the top of the ones that just didn't seem like they had as many blueberries, and it turned out awesome. I did also have this cane sugar. Like, we have had this for a little while and I just don't use it often, so I went ahead and sprinkled some on top. All right, y'all, so they're done. They look delicious. Some of them I might have put a little bit too much sugar on. Oops. That one's for hubby. But they look amazing. So I decided to serve these muffins with sausage and bananas, and then I have some blueberries I went ahead and added that wasn't going to fit in my container that I store my blueberries in, so I went ahead and decided, well, I'll just give them blueberries. And then the sausage, my picky eater really loves sausage, so we really have sausage with everything I make because I know he's going to eat that, and I always try to serve at least something that he's going to eat. And then I wanted to touch base on my youngest son and why he has a whole banana. My youngest son eats fruit like it is nothing. So yes, I gave him a whole banana and then split a banana between my other two, because my other two will most likely not even eat what I did give them, where my youngest will eat. And I forgot that I wasn't making my oldest a plate this morning because he was still sleeping. And so, like, I opened two bananas, but I really didn't need the two bananas, if that makes sense. So that's why he's got so much. So don't be looking at me crazy, y'all. So for my 1 year old, I go ahead and smush his blueberries to make them less of a choking hazard. And this is their breakfast. This is my picky eater. So he usually won't even touch fruit, but I always offer it just to hope to promote it, and one day he'll grasp it. He's the only one that I'm struggling with getting to eat fruit and veggies. So that's why we do the sausage, because that's is probably the only thing he's gonna eat is the sausage. And then this is my 3-year-old. He gets a piece of sausage. They get the syrup because they like to dip their sausage in the syrup. It is a sugar-free syrup because I know they've already got sugar in their muffins. So there. And what I did was I went ahead and used whatever blueberries I couldn't fit in my container and divided it up between them. And this is their breakfast. You love blueberries, huh? You love blueberries. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and make this Crock-pot breakfast casserole. This is so good, y'all. A must try. You want to start by browning a pound of sausage on your skillet. Please don't mind all the mess in the background. Went to the grocery store and haven't put everything away yet. But anyways, then you're going to go ahead and start mixing up some eggs. I showed me cracking 6, but I ended up doing 8. 8 seemed to be a better ratio, but I think you can add more or less depending on how many people you're wanting to feed or how many you got. But I did 8. So once you got the amount of eggs you want cracked all open, you go ahead and you're going to mix them up well. Once they're mixed up well, you can go ahead and add in the sausage that you just grounded up. Mix that in there. Also at this point, if you want to add some cheese to it, you surely can. I did not, due to we eat dairy free, because half of us are dairy free and the other half are not. So we just mainly cook everything dairy free, or if there's an easy way of, altering it to where we can do some dairy free and some not, we will do that too. But in this case, we really can't do that. So it's just going to be dairy free. Now I'm just taking the sausage out of the pan, leaving the grease in the bottom because we're going to use that for white gravy here at the end of this recipe. So make sure you save the skillet. Don't wash it out. You're gonna want it. So go ahead and get that mixed up very nicely. And now it's time to transfer it to the crock pot. You're going to want to spray your crock pot with some cooking spray. And then you're just going to go ahead and dump that mixture here at the bottom. So simple. I know I've never made breakfast in the crock pot until I found this recipe. And we made this for Christmas morning. And it was so good. Everybody loved it. And everybody loved it again today as well. So this is definitely something you can try. Definitely perfect if you're doing a brunch that you want something that's going to take longer to cook. This I cooked on high for an hour and 45 minutes, but you can also do it on low for about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours. I also added in some seasonings. I just did salt, pepper, and then my famous, my favorite, a little bit of Everglades. And you're going to want to mix all that up, get it in there nice and good. And then you're going to want to top it with some biscuits. So I have these mini biscuits, or just, I guess, regular sized biscuits. These biscuits are 97 cents at Walmart for this size. I bought 3, but I only used 2. And the reason why I bought these smaller ones was because Walmart's bigger biscuits seem to have milk in them now. I swore I bought them before and they did not have milk, but they do now. And these did not have milk in them. So I went ahead and bought these. But if you do buy the bigger ones, you're going to want to cut those up into fours, but you're just going to layer these biscuits. I didn't cut these smaller ones up. I just layered them to make a layer on top. And then I did have some left over. So I did decide to cut those up into fours to kind of fill in the gaps like you see me doing here. So I decided to go ahead and add melted butter to the top of these biscuits. I did not do this step in the first time I made this recipe, and to compare the first time to this time, I did not tell a difference. So either way is fine. If you want to do it, go ahead, and if you don't, you're not going to miss anything. So once the food in the crock pot is almost done, you're going to want to start making some white gravy. You're going to do that by putting about 2 tablespoons of butter, or in my case, margarine, in a skillet. You're going to melt it completely, and then you're going to add 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour and let that flour soak in that butter. Once the flour has soaked in all of that butter, you're going to want to go ahead and slowly add in some milk. I am using soy milk. Even I dumped too much to start with. So when I mean slowly, I mean a little bit slower than what I did. But yes, I used soy milk because, of course, the dairy free, it works perfectly. So if you've never done it and you need to eat dairy free, it works just fine, I promise. But you're going to go ahead and work that in there and wait for the milk to thicken up. And once it's thick, you're going to add a little bit of more milk. I added up to 3 cups, but pouring a little bit in each time, letting it thick, pouring a little bit more in, letting it thicken, pouring a little bit more in. And that's just how you do it if you have not done it before. I was maybe I was maybe 29 years old before I realized white gravy was this easy to make. So I know there's people out here that don't really know unless I was alone. Also, you could add in some salt and pepper to your liking. So this is what it's looking like in the crock pot. I'm about to cut some pieces out of here. This took an hour and 45 minutes on high, and I believe if you wanted it to take longer, it would be more like a 3.5 to 4 hours on low. But let's see what this bad boy is looking like, y'all. Alright, so this is what it's looking like, you guys. Looking nice and delicious. And then we get to top it with that breakfast gravy we just made. Oh my goodness. And the biscuit on top is cooked perfectly, y'all. This is good. This is my second time making this, so I know it's good. But it is good. Let's top it with some gravy. That looks amazing, you guys. Oh my goodness, look at that.
I want to show them my truck.
You want to show them your truck? Well, get your truck away from Mommy's food, and I'll let you show them the truck in a little bit. Oh my goodness, it looks so good, you guys. Tell me what you think if you try this. All right, now let's show them your truck, honey. There's your truck. Yes, his truck that he got for his birthday. He loves it.
Let's get each side.
Yeah?
Each side.
Uh-huh. Each side. Awesome.
Oh, wait. They can lift up. It's too old to lift it up.
All right, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, got some inspiration for some breakfast ideas for you and your family. And please, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. Join our community. I post every Sunday, so I would love to see you guys at my next videos. We also do grocery haul Thursdays if that's something you like too. And please comment. Let me know if you plan on trying any of these recipes, or if you have tried them, or if you have already made it and what you think about it. I would love to hear feedback. And remember to continue simply living your best life. I can't wait to see you at the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I love y'all. Bye-bye.